Coming next, only on Fortminorproject, that will be answering you guys' great questions. Right here, it's Q&A time. Right here, only on Fortminorproject. You know what's coming up next? That's right. Roll that fucking intro. Alright, so before I get into the actual video in itself, hopefully this will be a two-part video. I know most people don't like two-part videos. I know I don't like them myself. And with the recent strike that I had not too long ago, promoting the Over the Limit 2012 pay-per-view pre-show, and I don't know what the hell happened there, so that really just scared the hell out of me. So hopefully I will do something to try and get that back and get my 15-minute mark, and we'll see how that goes. But anyway, hopefully this will be a little bit before the 15-minute mark, and this will be only one part of the video for you guys, and we'll see how that goes, depending how the questions are and everything, and how they're said, and if there's not too much to say about them. So I'm going to try and keep it a little bit short and sweet, and just enough so it doesn't go over my 15-minute mark. If it does, then I do apologize for that, and this will probably be a two-part video. So with that, I do have a few shoutouts here. As always, go check out the Wrestling for Wings account. Go check out SND Wrestling Live for the pre-show videos. Also, go check out as well with my tout account. That's right, I recently made a tout account. It took me a while to figure out how that is and how that setup went. So I do have that. Maybe you'll get to see me with my 15-second videos live on Raw, as Raw is on the air, so that'd be cool. Go follow me on Twitter at DavidRivera1989 for the very latest with my live Twitter reactions, and be sure to tweet along with me during the shows for Raw, SmackDown, the pay-per-views, TNA, Impact, and whatever thoughts that I have on wrestling, or whatever thoughts that I have randomly throughout the day. So that's a great way to go check me out there as well. So starting things off with the first question that I do have here, and it's kind of a two-in-one thing, and that is from the diehard WWE addict. What's going on, man? And this first question is, what is your favorite type of movie and as well music genre? And going to the movie type, I always enjoy the comedy movies. I also like action movies as well. Sometimes I like a good scary movie here and there, like the Resident Evil series. You know, movies like that. I don't like nothing really too scary, but I don't mind a good scare here and there when it comes to movies and everything. And I sort of like a little bit of everything. It just depends on how well the movie is going and stuff like that. So I'm really big on movies. That's another one of my passions, and you'll see if I were to show you my movie collection, it's just as big, if not bigger, of my wrestling collection. So I've always been big on movies. And with my music genre, it's always been about, you know, R&B, a little bit of rock, and a little bit of everything there too. But you know, it always has been, you know, with R&B, it has been one of my favorite music genres that I listen to just about every day in my everyday life. So to answer that question, thanks for that, and hopefully I answered it the best I can. The next set of questions do come from ThrashManiac99. What's going on, man? And congrats to you on your 200th video. That's really awesome. And with this set of questions, and the first question that it does have here, and how do you feel about the AJ, CM Punk, and Daniel Bryan storyline? And with all honesty, I have been enjoying it as of late. It kind of sucks that the WWE Championship has not really been focused all that much, even though it has been. The main focus has been AJ, and it's really cool just to see who AJ Lee is going to be picking as of right now. It looks like there's going to be, as of the recent episode from Monday Night Raw, with the final 2-hour episode, that AJ Lee is now going to be married to Daniel Bryan with the fallout of Money in the Bank, and I've been enjoying this storyline. And with that, leading up to this, you didn't know who AJ Lee was going to choose, whether she was going to go with CM Punk or Daniel Bryan, and she was willing to go to the extremes just to get their attention. So it has something that we haven't really seen that much of before, but we've seen it, and this is more of a twist to kind of what we've seen. And honestly, AJ Lee has been more of a cycle than Mickie James ever was, and I think that's pretty cool in my book. And I've been loving AJ Lee, and the fact that she isn't Divas Champion, I don't know what the hell is wrong with WWE. She has been doing so much. She actually has been in the main event. She's been special guest refereeing and surprisingly calling CM Punk and Daniel Bryan's match down the middle, where you think she was just gonna interfere and try and have one of them lose or help one of them and then join one of them, and we didn't really get to see that. So it looks like with AJ Lee and Daniel Bryan, them as a couple, they're gonna last probably even more after what we've seen from them being a couple the last time. So it looks like Daniel Bryan might get his WWE Championship reign in sometime this year, so I wouldn't mind that at all, maybe at SummerSlam, and hopefully nothing bad comes out of AJ Lee and Daniel Bryan, and hopefully they'll actually stay as a couple and be kind of like that power couple that we haven't really seen in a hell of a long time. So that's really cool with that, so definitely I have been enjoying that. So the next question from Thrash Maniac with him is, how did I react to Austin Aries winning the TNA World Heavyweight Championship at Destination X? And I did watch that pay-per-view, and I thought that was probably one of the better pay-per-views of TNA in a long time, next to Slammiversary. So I hope TNA does continue to step up their pay-per-view game, and recently I've been enjoying their pay-per-views, and that was one of the better main events that I've enjoyed in a long-ass time, and that was one of the shockers of the year, and I do say that with the best reaction that I can possibly give, and I really do mean that I think that's probably one of the shockers of the year in pro wrestling, and I was not expecting that whatsoever. And TNA surprised us with a good swerve for once, and usually we don't really get that many good swerves in TNA, so that one really did make sense and was really cool. So I hope TNA does have Austin Aries as the World Heavyweight Champion for a good while, and I want to see how he's going to be able to hold the belt. I know as of right now possibly that Austin Aries and Bobby Roode will have a feud for a little while, then Austin Aries will face other people right now to see who is going to be facing him and challenging him. I'm sure we'll probably get another Austin Aries and Bully Ray match, and this time it'll be for the World Heavyweight Championship. I wouldn't be surprised if that happens. So I thought it was fucking awesome. I marked out just about the entire rest of the night that TNA Destination X went off the air, so I thought that was a really great moment. Thumbs up, actually 2 thumbs up if you want to give it that, for TNA. So that was a good move that TNA was able to do that, so I want to see what Austin Aries is going to do next. And it does look cool with the TNA World Heavyweight Championship, so that just goes to show you can be a guy like Austin Aries and win the World Heavyweight Championship, and we don't really see that in WWE. We used to, but not as much now. So with TNA doing that and giving us a really big shock and a markout moment, that's really cool in my book. But the next 2 questions from Thrash Maniac 99, and he asks me, do I think the big Raw 1000 episode for Raw will be epic? And of course, you bet you can. He asks, it will be epic because we got The Rock there. I'm sure we're going to have Stone Cold coming on in. We got DX kicking off the show, and probably even more people from the past coming in and joining for Raw, so that's going to be one hell of a show. I cannot wait, and hopefully this will be a sign for things to come, with Raw being now 3 hours, so hopefully not only with this Raw, but with the rest of the Raws to come, most of them will be good. Now, I'm not expecting to have every single Raw to be great, but I'm sure they will be good, and most of them, and a good handful of them will be memorable for the most part, so I cannot wait. That's really going to be a show to watch, and you guys cannot miss it, and I will be definitely tweeting as the show is live and possibly doing a little review, possibly even do some thoughts on the show right after it goes off the air. And with the last question I do have here from Thrash Maniac 99, if The Rock comes back and says he will be going after the WWE title, who do you think he should go after for the title? And with all honesty, I don't really see The Rock holding the championship for that long if he does win the WWE Championship. And if you remember with Trish Stratus and her last title reign, I kind of see it being like that, and right after that the championship was vacated, or we probably will get like a month or maybe a month or two title reign out of The Rock. I do see that. I don't really see The Rock holding the championship for that long anyway, since I know he's going to be busy with movies, so I do see that somewhat anyway as of right now, and it would be fucking awesome to have The Rock become WWE champion again. You know, I think it would be only time to have him have the belt and hold it for a while, and obviously it's not going to be for a long time anyway. So who should we face with the next question? I do want to see him face CM Punk, see him face a guy that'll be someone he's never really faced before. We've seen The Rock and John Cena before this type for the championship. I don't really know if I want to see that or not. I do want to see it not for the title, and just have those two continue the rivalry. And if they're going to have another match and a third trilogy of their matches, I don't really know, but I do see one more match for the WWE Championship. I really don't know, and it's kind of hard to tell at this current point in time, but I do want to see The Rock face someone who's never faced before for the championship. Maybe like a Dolph Ziggler or something like that would be pretty cool in my book, and maybe even face someone that he has faced would be kind of cool, like a Chris Jericho or something like that. Facing John Cena, I guess that would be cool. You know, I'm still going to be going for The Rock 100%, of course, with me being a huge Rock fan, so you would expect that. At least I would hope you guys expect that. So, you know, I guess that would be pretty cool to see The Rock and John Cena for the WWE Championship. I don't exactly want to see that, but that's just me and how I feel about it. So having him face someone new would be cool in my book right there. So thanks, dude, for that question, and with the rest of the questions that you did say as well. Alright, so with the next question that I do have here, and that is from Wrestling Legends 3124, and with the question that I do have here, what is your dream match? And honestly, it is hard to pick my favorite dream match and number one dream match that I would like to see. There are so many out there, but going off at the top of my head, I would like to see Stone Cold Steve Austin taking on CM Punk. And with these two, they're technically one of the same person, but totally the opposite in so many ways. And just by seeing them go at it in the ring and having a promo with one another, I think that's going to be fucking fantastic, and something that I would love to see. I'm sure most wrestling fans would love to see as well. We haven't seen Stone Cold in a match in a long time as well, so I would love to see that, and I think the guy can still go. We've seen a little bit of him do somewhat wrestle in the ring around Tough Enough, but that return of Tough Enough, and from what I saw, I thought, you know, he still had it. So even though he was helping the young guys out and to see who would be the winner of Tough Enough and to help them out, I think Stone Cold can still go at it in the ring and still be hard-headed and still be a badass in the ring as well. So I would love to see Stone Cold and CM Punk go at it, possibly at a WrestleMania or something like that. Would be fucking awesome. So sadly, we do have to go to 2 parts. I don't want to go over the 15-minute mark, otherwise it wouldn't upload on my channel. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to have my part 2 coming at you very soon, so be on the lookout for that, and to check out the rest of the questions you guys left. But the ones that I have answered, thank you guys so much. I will be shouting you guys out, and I haven't done a shout out in a while, to having shout out some friends and some subscribers. So with that being said, do check that out in the description box down below, as well with my tout, my Twitter, and the Wrestling for Wings account as well. So with that being said, be sure to leave a like on this video, be sure to leave a video response as well, and be sure to leave the discussion going down below in the comment box. With that being said, for Fortminorproject, this has been my Q&A for part 1. Stay tuned for part 2, and until then, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.